What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of the 10 Horse Monty YouTube channel. And it is a cold winter day. Started out sunshine, but now it's kind of, I don't know, kind of hazy, and definitely temperatures are cooling off. We got snow in the forecast, but I'm enjoying this last day before it turns into winter again. And we're going to throw a jig today, guys. We're going to throw a jig regardless of what happens. I know the predominant pattern right now has been a jerkbait and an A-rig, maybe a spoon and an underspin, a little small swim bait. But I just feel like throwing a jig. I'm gonna keep this jig in my hand and hopefully we can come up with a few bites. We're gonna be throwing this little Cumberland Pro Lures pig jig, 3/8 ounce. I believe this is Carolina crawl. It might be smashed pumpkin. I don't know, I'm not really sure, but it's a green pumpkinish color. Great little bait. Got a really cool little trailer on there. Let's put our head down, see if we can scratch out a few fish. As always, I'll leave a link to any of the baits that I use in this video. You can click on that link, it'll take you to Baitworks. If you use the code THM10, it'll get you 10% off your first order. It's a great way to give back to the channel. So let's see if we can catch some fish on this little Cumberland Pro jig. There he is. Jig fish. Nice fish, chunky little monkey. Here we go, man. These fish are super healthy this time of year. Just throwing a Cumberland Pro Lures pig jig. Good quality fish. Smashed pumpkin. Got a pretty cool little trailer on here. It's a Crock-O-Gator Swamp Bug. Something a little bit different. Good fish, let's let it go. But what I've done to this jig, this is a 3/8 ounce pig jig by Cumberland Pro Lures, and I've really finessed it out. So I've kind of got that spider cut, trimmed out the rear skirt, and they just got a little, this is a real finessey little trailer. This is a Beaver Bug. It's been one of my favorites, but you know, cold water, trim that jig down, and you're going to get a few more bites, especially when it's slick. I mean, there's hardly any wind out here right now. There we go. Another jig fish. Fish is right on that drop. Right. Catching a few on the old jigger. I just felt my line go slack. And this water's pretty cold. It's 45 degrees. And just covering this creek channel, it's kind of thrown up on this edge. And that fish was right on that drop, right when it started to drop off. I felt my line go slack. Look at that. Sucker got my tail. It was not nice. Alright, let's put another cricket on here. Okay, I'm using this Crock-O-Gator Bait Company Beaver Bug. Pretty unique little morsel, and I'm kind of trimming it down a little bit. So I'm just tearing off, there's little segments. I'm going down to the second segment and I'm tearing that off. And then I'm just taking these little legs. It's got all these little legs. And I'm kind of pulling all these little legs off. It's really about that little tail. So you just kind of trim her down, shave her down, give her a little haircut. And after you do that, this is what you've got. So super finessey little trailer. Just threading it up on this 3/8 ounce Cumberland Pro pig jig. And I'll rig it up there. After I get it rigged, I'll show it to you. Throwing green pumpkin candy on the trailer, and the jig is a smashed pumpkin. Cool thing about this jig is I like a darker color in the wintertime most of the time. And this thing's got some green pumpkins in it. It's got almost a little bit of watermelon hue to it, and then it's got some darker, like some black in there. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So we're rigging this thing up like that. Super finessey. But you got this, I don't know, this just a little bit of black in that skirt. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's just a little bit darker skirt, but yet it's got that light undertones, and it just stands out, especially on these overcast days. I think it just creates a little bit of a silhouette, and these fish are keying in on it. Another thing I'll do is I'm putting some Spike It chartreuse. I'm just taking that Spike It pin, just putting a little bit of chartreuse on the tail. I really like chartreuse. I mean, it's gonna give it some scent, it's gonna give it a little bit of contrast. There he is. That fish bit twice. Little light bite. That's all you're getting. Just a little light bite. There you go, man. It's a fun fish. They're built stocky. They're feeding up right now, and you know, I could get out here and throw a jerkbait around, but it's just nice to get a bite on a jig. Haven't thrown a jig a whole lot lately. I thought I'd come out here, give it a whirl, and it seems to be paying off. It's a good little bait, guys. Good little bait, guys. Like we got Uncle Ron. Is this your first time on the lake? Yeah. Nothing, man. Good to see you in the tin boat. Yeah. Got a little jig bite going.
I've had one bite. I threw a jig in the Murray that I didn't catch it. I had one bite. You got jumper cables?
Yeah.
I've got some. I don't know where they're at. They might be buried in the truck somewhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got mine in my truck.
All right.
I may be all right. I don't know. I let it idle and then dumped my boat in. Then I ran up past the Dollar General store, made a loop, just to, I don't know, make me feel better about it.
Yeah. Plus, it's just sitting there. That'll help it a little too.
Yeah.
Holler at me if you need something.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. All right, just pulled up on this little point and found a brush pile. You can see it right there. Little brush pile sitting out there in about 20. I'll make a cast on it, see if we can catch a fish. I've been focusing shallow, but you know, just kind of idling around out here, found this brush pile. We'll see what happens. Brush pile. Fish thumped it. white that fish is, guys. So those fish we were catching earlier were in the grass, and this was an offshore fish on this point. And definitely big color difference. There we go, just cast out on a shallow point. Saw a little brush pile out there, and first cast, thump, that fish hit it just like it was supposed to. Found a little groupo. Found a little groupo right here on this point. Fish is still trying to swim. Get up here, buddy. All right, they all count. What up, Debo? Fish dirt shallow. Late to that grass right there. Huh. Thought I had another bite just a second ago. I mean, that fish was in like 4 foot of water. Built pretty good. Oh, there's another bite. Dang it. Got my tail. Trying to reload my cricket. Man, they're biting this thing. It's cool. It's nice to get a jig bite. I was gonna try the magic claw, but I'm gonna stick with this, man. If it's working, don't change it. Rule number 1 of bass fishing: if it is working, do not change it. Pull these legs off of here. I think I put some bait fuel on this. It's pretty slimy. And we're going to tear it off about right there. There we go. It's a bad little mamba jamba. Put a little chartreuse on there. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Right on this grass. They're right on this grass. Interesting. A lot shallower than what I thought they'd be. I mean, it's wintertime, guys. These fish are in 4 feet of water. Caught some out deeper earlier, but wind's blowing in here. The fish are definitely up in this grass. A jig is a great cold water bait. You can take it right out of the package like this and fish it. But there are a few things you can do that will get you more bites in a cold water situation, and I'll show you how to do that. Giving it that finesse cut, I think, is crucial in the cold water period. It's more finessey, and you're going to just get a lot more bites. This is a 3/8 ounce Cumberland Pro Lures Procaster jig. This is a really, really good cold water jig. You guys that live in the Ozarks, this color right here, this naked crawl, comes through rocks really good, gets a lot of bites. But we're going to finesse this sucker out. So you've got a band. All skirt materials, unless they're hand tied, have a band, and there's going to be some skirt material on the front of that band. There's going to be some skirt material on the back side of that band. To give it that finesse cut, you want to gather the skirt material from the front part of that band. So just kind of finger your way through that, and you get it all kind of gathered there. Okay, so there we go. This is the front part of the skirt. You've got the band right there, and then here's the back side of the skirt. So first thing you want to do is gather it all up, and you're going to hold it by the hook and let this all dangle down. You're gonna actually trim this down, and I'm gonna put this trash can right here because it is a mess. This is something I typically do in my boat, and then I can just shop back it out. But you're going to cut it about right here. Take your scissors, cut that sucker like that. Get that nice finesse cut, that spider cut. And if you leave this a little bit long, it actually gives it a little more action. If you cut it real short, you lose that action. Leave it a little bit long, you're gonna get a little bit of action in it. And then another thing I will do is I'm gonna trim the back part of this jig down. I like to get it somewhere close to the bend, and I don't just come straight across like I did with the finesse cut. I like to just kind of come in here like this and just kind of thin it out. Just kind of look at where that bend of the hook is. Keep that in your line of sight and just slowly kind of trim it. What you're kind of doing is you're wanting to keep it buggy. I like to keep it buggy. Nothing in nature is like perfect. Everything's a little bit random and a little bit buggy. So just trimming it down. You can even leave some of these strands longer, but I'll just kind of keep coming in here and trimming it down, trimming it down. And there, that looks about right to me. So you've got a nice compact jig. I mean, look at that. That sucker right there went from a full skirt to that right there. He put you a little trailer on there, and you're gonna get a lot more bites in the winter time. There he is. All right, folks, that is gonna wrap it up. You know, we came out here, put that jig in our hand. Didn't catch any giants today, but we did catch some fish, and it's a good alternative to the jerkbait and the A-rig. I think if I'd fished a jerkbait all day, I definitely would have caught some fish, but it is fun to change it up a little bit. Cumberland Pro pig jig, little Crock-O-Gator Beaver Bug, awesome combination. You can get all these at Baitworks. I have a code in the description box, a link in the description box, and a code THM10 will get you 10% off your first order if you want to check these out. The little runt is another bait that just came out from Cumberland Pro. It's more finessey. I don't have any of those yet, but it's perfect for this winter fishing, cold water winter fishing. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go try a jig in the wintertime. Put that A-rig down, put that jerkbait down, and do something different. It's fun. Until next time.